Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. So you can see I'm just modifying slightly the wooden texture. So what I did is here, I created an empty, I can just show it what I did. The base or texture that I have used from uh, Substance, I kept the dirt and stains and rest everything have deleted. Then I created a fill layer and deactivated my height and normal, sorry, middle, and added one ambient occlusion, AO. From plus, you can add a ambient occlusion and then it's activate this. So I can see from Quixel Bridge, I have downloaded albedo, ambient occlusion, normal, and roughness. And then I place them diffuse to base color, roughness to roughness, normal to normal, and ambient to ambient. And you can see this texture because this is a scan texture, so it's really good quality texture. So like no matter what I do, I cannot replicate this, so it's better to use this. So I used it, and then direction I can see this is this like horizontal, this is vertical. So what I did, I just duplicate the same layer and rotate the texture. So delete this, I'll show you what I did. So initially loading. So yeah. So initially, you can see vertical lines and horizontal lines. So I duplicate the same layer and created a mask and rotated the texture only for wherever its like direction was wrong. Rest everything is same. And this one, I feel this cut mark doesn't look very nice here. So what I'll do is I'll just change the offset slightly, maybe 0.5 or something. Still nothing changed. Changed, but it's too much. I can see this crisp line here. Ah, it's gone. That thing is gone. The only thing where I can see this horizontal line, it's most probably
So
coming
in some
from
cases, then wouldn't it be better to like just tweak the texture in Photoshop?
no, scan textures is like it's a real life scan, right?
Yeah,
So
but
no
like
matter
sometimes just like these vertical lines that are not working for your current assets, so like you can just clone brush them out.
no, you can rotate it in substance only directly. You don't have to go to
No,
Photoshop.
no, like those very specific like lines which are vertical right now. Instead of like trying to manually find the perfect offset, we can just like use the clone stamp brush to just clear them out.
But that will be a lengthy process because you can fix it here. So everything will be here only, and you don't have to go in any other software, any tool. You can just fix it everywhere and export the final text directly from here.
Okay, we can clone stamp in Substance itself.
Yes, you can clone stamp, you can fix everything in it. But
Okay.
so this lines is this all these lines are coming from something else. I have just to cross check from where it's generating. Part of this texture only coming from normal, I believe, from of this map. Yeah, see. So it's coming from this one. So nothing to, I don't have to update anything. I just have to fix this one. So let's see. So what I'll do is right click, oh, sorry, my bad, right click, add a white mask and black, remove all these sections from this part. But that's it. Gone. And I'll activate all these things. Those things, lines are gone. Become super clean, neat, And like suppose here you can see there's a joint. So if I want to fix it, I can just simply this offset I can fix. Let's see, 0.25 or something. Fixed. Yeah, fixed. So no artifacts, nothing. So similarly, here this is a circular cylindrical shape, and this line is slightly angled and doesn't look very nice. Similarly, I'll just duplicate this again and make sure remove this part from all both of them. So black, remove it. Anyway, it's not there. From this one, I have to remove it. Remove, and similarly, I can see this angle, remove it from here as well. Now, this texture. Black mask, white. And here you can see the angle. So I have to rotate it manually and check the direction.
So how do we go about optimizing cables?
Optimizing what?
Cables.
Cables.
Yeah,
So,
like when modeling for the load poly.
so what I did for cables is like all the alternative. It's a cylinder basically, right?
Yeah.
So what I did, all alternative loops, vertical lines, I have deleted. So if I delete all the vertical lines, it will automatically optimize. And plus then horizontal lines also, I have all alternative, each and every alternative loops I have selected manually and deleted.
Okay.
So it become 50% of whatever it was, it become 50%. But there's one more way we can optimize. Like in my case, my this entire varies like there's quite a bit of distance between all these things, right? If
Yeah.
it's very close, then what I'll do, I'll create a simple cylinder, just a cylinder of this shape. If it's close, very close,
Yeah.
simple cylinder, and bake this information on that cylinder, and then I'll texture it. And all the for all those tiny minute gaps, I'll create a alpha. So from a distance, it will look like a ring. Not clear.
Then okay, yeah, I got it. So just one solid shape, but
Hmm.
if you're using alphas on a solid cylinder, like the back face, wait,
Backface curling will happen,
uh,
and you cannot see backface, right? It will look
yeah,
translucent. So there is something called two-sided material.
okay,
So two-sided material, what happens whenever you apply it, you can see both the sides of any plane. Usually you can see only one side of the plane, like this one front side, one is back side, right? If you
yeah,
switch on the two-sided material, you can see both the sides, and both the sides are equally lit, equally clear.
mm-hmm.
So that is this is a shaded property. So we just have to switch it on. That's it.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, so now this texture you can see, because this cylindrical shape is not straight and it's creating a seam. So seams are absolutely not acceptable. So in this case, what I'll do is select the main material texture, change the UV projection to triplanar. So triplanar is basically projection from three different directions. So you can see there is no seam. Only thing, this rotation I have to fix. Either it can be horizontal or vertical, any one of them. So now you can see all clean, no seam. Similarly for this part also you can see it's all clean, no seam. The whatever the direction was, now it's all correct, because that's how like wooden fibers, based on the fiber direction, the wood strength is, right? So, and whenever we carve or mold create something, we always follow the wooden fiber direction. So those things we need to keep in mind. Similarly for all these things also, I need to fix it. So what I'll do, select this one, duplicate, Where is my duplicate? Duplicate. Fill black mask. This one is already hidden, and from this one I have to remove this. Select gone. Okay, now select this one, X, fill. Okay, now this direction I need to fix. So this much precision and this much of detail is required for any texture. So detailing is something like you need to pay really good attention. Let's see, I make it 0 first. And check the direction. Still not very nice. So because right now I'm using 4K resolution, so it's taking a little time to just to work faster. I can just reduce it down to 2K. And then I can work on it and fix it really quickly. Still not. Now you can see rotation. Little generic. So this looks much better. Now I can see my texture. There are like few gaps and all. You can see this gray color gap. This folder is select color selection, or I can use paint this area, fill it, fill it, fill it.
So for this current top face, like where the cylinder is connecting to it, uh, there are seams around it, like on each corner.
These are
Like on that the top square face where the handle is connected, that's the cylinder, right?
this one,
It joins down into a square face at the bottom.
this one.
Yeah, that one.
Um,
That one has seams visible. Like they have to continue like from the side faces because those are like going horizontally,
yes,
the grain.
horizontal, vertical.
But then
So
when they reach the top, then it becomes a seam.
yes, so what I have to do is this top part texture. I'll just create one more this thing. One, I'll just duplicate this. So first I'll get rid of this thing. First I'll remove this, like X, remove, sorry, polygon, polygon. All right, why it's, oh, it's part of this one, I believe. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll make this thing part of this one. So yeah, X. Now it's a continuous line, continuous line. This is what we're talking about, right? Like this is seam.
Yeah, but the thing is like then you have two seams instead of four, like along those faces.
Two
Like
seams.
yeah, on this see like at this corner here, like it's
This one.
horizontal and then it just becomes vertical suddenly.
This one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that is acceptable. Reason,
Oh, okay.
reason. See, like whenever a surface of, like if you see a table or chair or anything, the sides are always different and top layer is always different, right?
Oh, okay.
If the texture changes from the corner or any like from an angle, then it's okay because that part is like then it makes that uh, angle prominent. And make sure it doesn't look like a cut there's I can see little gray color, so I have to make sure the same color continues. Fiber direction can be different.
Got it, sir.
Okay, this one, these two are fine. This is let's see. Oh no, it's not gray color, it's something else. And I can see some gray color here. So I guess this thing I need to fix here. Yeah, you can use UV and click this and fix it. Similarly, this thing also. Clean. You see here slightly. Yeah. And this gold part supposed to be completely gold. Not this one. This one. Select this, paint. And this base I can see slightly bleed. So that is something I need to fix. X. And I can see there's a little issue in my model. I guess I somehow accidentally moved it. I have to fix this. I have to push it outside. That I'll do in my final model. X. Fine. Okay, that part is missing. So I need to. Okay, so I messed it up. So black polygon. That means I have to fix it. So I need to add one more. Where is my one more color selection? Oh my God. This one I messed it up here. I have to redo this thing. Add a paint. I should have selected instead of UV polygon. Now it's clean. Okay, basic all selections and texture direction and everything is corrected. Like those little cracks and all these things adds to your texture and it looks better.
So the wood cracks are coming on the gold portion also.
That is something because like this
Oh no,
part.
in the, yeah, in
Yes.
the top area also. There it's more like visible. Sorry, I didn't mean the top. I mean like the center pyramid shape. Yeah, these walls. Yeah, these
Here.
parts.
So this is basically a wooden surface. Top of it, there is a gold plating something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's yes. If I want, I can definitely remove it. I can like remove it. I can use the same selection and get rid of this thing. Like this, we already have this color mask.
So how
So,
do we just mask like that section then?
so like let's see. This is my wooden thing. So I just need to get rid of this area. So there are two multiple ways of doing this. I can just simply add a paint layer, or maybe right, because this color layer is already selected. So let's switch it off and see. So this thing is already not part of it. Then I added this paint, so it became part of this thing. If I remove this and select, you can see those lines are not there.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so I just added those paint to clean it up. So what happened? So it become like this entire part took that thing. So now I can just simply add one more paint, and this time brush instead of poly selection polyfill. It's white. Let's press X and uh, sorry, black, and just simply remove it. It's this gold. That is something they can fix. In gold, this one. Select this paint X. Now it's gone. Right now it's a completely two separate things. Same thing I can do it for this as well. Oh, here. So substance is basically all about masking. The better you understand how to mask and how mask works, you can do create everything within substance. It's saving or doing something. Stop. Okay. I guess saving. Finally. Hmm. And here I like identified the problem. This blackness, it's coming from ambient occlusion. So what I can do is I can just export the ambient occlusion. Let's save the file first. So now my most of the basic detail is ready. So I just have to refine or add some detail on the corners, like edge wear, like where, because if it's a physical thing and you're using regularly daily use, so there will be some edge wear or some uses, those weathering, wear and tear will be there. So I need to, or especially wherever you have corners, those corner usually like you have those scratches and discoloration, all those things. So that is something I need to create. Otherwise, most of things are already ready. And this blackness. So this is because this is a very tiny design. So that's why the shadow become really prominent and become black. So if I press B for bake, B, you can see in ambient occlusion, it's this, I can see all the design. It's pretty dark. If I lighten this slightly, it will become normal. So B again, B, you can see it looks pretty, and that is the curvature. It's fine. So if I fix this, it will be fixed. Or if I reduce the intensity of the normal for this section, also it will work very nicely. So that is something what I can, how I can do is, I'll apply a normal, I'll reduce a normal. Let's see, it will work beautifully. Okay, let's add first, the basic details are ready. All the folders here, everything separated. So still this area, I need to add some grains. Usually this is like more like a netted kind of thing you have, right? So I'll just simply add a layer, and this layer without color, or maybe I can use color. I can use a mask for it. Color, roughness is super matte, height in minus slightly, and color is almost black. We never use 100% black or 100% white, because 100% black and white doesn't work with light, because black will be black always and white will be always white. So if you, we always use gray tone there. So now for this area, I need to create those dots. So right click, add a black mask. I have this nice noisy thing here going on. So I can add a fill. Let's see. Right click, add a fill. To add fill any gray color thing, some noise or something. Let's see. Circles. Scale. I can make this thing, but this applying everywhere. Right click, add a paint. I can select mesh or UV, black, select this one, deselect this one basically. It's clean. This is here and here. So this looks much cleaner, neat. And this is still 2K map. This is not 4K map. So if I increase the 4K map, it will become super clean and crisp. So let's, before that, because the system is little lagging, so I'll use 2K, I'll work on 2K, and finally I'll check in 4K, and then say if anything else required, I'll add that. So let's see. I know now I need edge wear, all the edge corners, those things I need to enhance. So first thing, I have this two gold parts. So gold I'll do last, wooden thing. So inside wood, I'll create a new layer, because this folder, because I already have this mask, so it will affect only and only wooden area. Rest everything will be fine. So inside this, I'll create a edge wear. So first I'll define color. Color will be some things with C. Color I can see. Click and without releasing your left mouse button, drop it. The corners, I'll make it slightly light, slightly less saturated, and slightly lighter tone. Right click, black mask, right click, generator. So these generators are basically there's a lot of presets, and these are like 100% you can modify, tweak, basically you can change and do everything. You have dirt, you have dripping, you have like, see, so many stuff. So I want edge wear. So there's something called metal edge wear. I can use this, or if I want, I can remove this generator. I can go to smart mask, These are all presets. So those generators are basically default setting, and then you have to tweak it according to your requirement. And here, these are like some presets like dust occlusion. You can see plastic, concrete edge. There all this, if you see dirt cavity, edge strong, scattered, edge dusty. There's so many presets are there. This exact same thing I can generate with the help of a generator also. So these are like all presets. So if I find something useful, soft dirt is there, then let's see something strong. The dusty looks kind of nice. This is too much. This is like slightly, this looks kind of nice. So just drag drop on the mask. It will generate, you can see this preset is already there. We generate that texture. So let's see. See, you can see it generates all those scratches, edge wear, and everything. And this is also you can tweak and modify according to your requirement. As you can see, all the this is also a generator only. It's just a preset. So if I want to increase it, you can see I can increase it. Contrast, I can increase, make them super sharp. Texture, that scratches and all this thing, I can increase, decrease. Based on ambient occlusion also I can use, curvature also I can use, and generate all these things very easily. So personally, I don't use smart mask, but this is also very good. I always try to create manually. Right click, add a generator, and metal edge wear. It also gives the exact same thing, but this is a like basic setup, and now I can modify everything. You can see it's uneven. All the wooden area generated this thing automatically. I don't have to do anything here. This entire thing is supposed to be gold. I can see a gray dot. It's kind of dusty and dirty, like this thing. But if you have scratches it should have some amount of normal or height information. So I'll select this layer, and right as of now, normal, ambient occlusion, metal are active, roughness is active. So roughness, what I can do is make it slightly rough, less shiny, because scratches and dust, so they should be slightly less shiny. And now height, if those are scratches, I can make them super prominent, very little impression, very little. And if I increase the texture size down to 4K, you'll see details will enhance automatically. So they will become a little sharp and crispy. Now I feel this all this edge wear is very prominent and strong. You can see normals looks very strong. So I can make it little less. Reduced. And the edge wear, here you can see they look like an outline. So good, there is something called good texturing, bad texturing. So if you're in your texture, you have added all details, but you added all this generator and it's randomly generated everywhere, that is bad texturing. Because technically, like if this is a design and it's this under this, you will never touch. So it won't generate here. So you need to get rid of those areas, like all those things. And plus it should not never create an outline. So it should, you need to break this thing. So now I have this generator. Let's see. Level, if I can reduce slightly. I'll reduce the level and still I can see it's like little, it creates these outlines. So Alt click on the mask, you can see the mask. So you can see all the white areas are basically wherever you have edge wear. So these things are visible. So I need to make it random. It cannot be like, cannot visible like this. So what I'll do, I'll add, right click, add one fill, and then I'll add some cloud here. You can see we have cloud, and multiply this cloud with this, like same like Photoshop, we multiply layers to create, make variation. So this is a black and white map. This is again a black and white map. I'm multiplying this cloud with this thing. So you can see, so it creates variation. Now this cloud, I can make it, I can increase it, decrease it. You can see it becomes irregular and it reduces things from everywhere. That's too less. And let's see, contrast I can increase. Yes, I can contrast, I can increase and make it little prominent. This is uneven. It should be should something look like this. This is fine. So if I click on this, now I can see those outlines are less prominent, but still I can see a little bit of this cornered wear. So that is also I have to fix. So Alt click on this, all the corners should go. So right, select on this, select this, right click, add another generator, and this time add dirt. And then change this mode to multiply again. So all the corners, it will make them slightly dark. And now I feel this intensity is very low. So I can increase this slightly. And this cloud intensity balance slightly. And click on this now. So all this variation, it will generate automatically. Now, overall, the basic scratches and all this thing I have added. So now overall, I want to add some, for gold also, I need to add some scratches. So what I have to do is, I can create an empty layer outside top of it, and I can select the gold areas. Colors, I don't want. Metal, I want. Normal, I don't want. Ambient occlusion, don't want. Height, I want. So metal is, the roughness is full shiny, height slightly inside, minus, very less, and full metal. Right click, black mask, right click, and there is something called some scratches are there. So you can see the scratches, just drag and drop it here. Including, so it will generate the scratches, and I'll just remove all this wooden part from this. But I think I didn't like it. This looks much nicer. I'll keep it like this. Maybe I can make it a little more shiny. Okay, now press C. See, just check here, this is your albedo. So whenever you see albedo, you should be able to differentiate between different surfaces. So this area should have some amount, very little amount of dust or dirt, or maybe this area should have some amount of dirt. So I'll add one color overall. I can make this color like kind of blackish or maybe more of brownish. Pick this dark tone, very dark, slightly desaturate. Right click, black mask, right click, generator, and add dirt. If you see all the corners, it will generate automatically dirt. But only problem with this dirt is you can see it's a solid color. So, so whenever you're creating texture, it cannot be a solid color. You need to have variation. If it's a wooden surface, no matter how dirty, how dark it is, it cannot be flat. So what I'll do is this base color, I'll change this normal to maybe soft light or maybe some other soft light. Uh, yeah, soft light, but still soft light is not very nice. Let's see. In a dodge, it makes it lighter. I don't want it to be light. Map combine, or this normal map combine. Color, that is also not very nice. Okay, let's keep it normal. Reduce intensity. So it becomes slightly darker. I can see darker tones, and plus I can see details as well. So that is very important. You need to have details plus tonal variation. Press M, go back to this thing, and dirt should always be little matte. In this also, whatever you are not using, like height map, your metal map, normal map, ambient occlusion, do not use it, switch it off. You can see switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. You can see clearly the difference. It was pretty nice only. So what I did here, well, this is like not that matte. Okay, so it's not that matte. So what I can do is like roughness wise, it was pretty nice. I can just simply switch it off. Just made it slightly dark. Slightly dark. But overall, like it's creating this thing. See, I can see this thing becomes super dark. It looks like a direction. This thing that is again bad. I need to fix this thing. So for this, I'll add a paint, and I can remove these areas. I can use UV X, remove it. This is like still I can use it. Or if I want, I can just simply remove this from all these gold parts and reduce the intensity. And this is like 100%, make it like 60-70%. So you can see slightly that effect. Now you can see all this, you can see all grains and everything. One more thing, let's go to wooden thing. The texture I have placed here, the normal. This is right now auto. Click on this and you can change this to, let's see, DirectX normal. Let's see what happens here. DirectX or OpenGL, whichever format you're using. Which part is this? Front. And that means this also DirectX. Direct 3D normal. And last one. Nothing changed with this one. Is it going inside? Let's see, change to OpenGL. Yeah, OpenGL is works better. You can see it's going inside. This is also going inside, correct?
Sir, I believe Megascans by default uses OpenGL for the normal maps.
Yeah, that's like I'm a little confused about that. So yeah, so if it's OpenGL, it's good. So you have to convert everything into OpenGL only. OpenGL. No, but with OpenGL, this one acting slightly weird. It looks like inverted. Oh, this is for this section. Yeah, this is much better. Yes, OpenGL only. This is also clean. And last one, OpenGL. So almost you can see like texturing, because if you have like detailed high poly and a basic model, everything is ready, texturing won't take much time because all this detail and dirt and everything, you just have to drag drop, it will generate most of things by automatically. Yes, you just have to control it, like where it should generate and where it should not generate. You just have to control those area, and rest will handle everything automatically. So that's I have created all this design in ZBrush, so I didn't have to do anything. Just dragged out the material and it worked. Mm, and let's try test out a render. Let's save the file first. And in Substance, you cannot take 360 renders and all. You can just take one shot at a time. But we use make this thing Marmoset, we can create 360 renders very easily. Quickly. If it's floating, that is something I can control. much. Okay. Uh, what nonsense. I'll just remove ground only. And background color, solid clear color. You can change light, you can increase the samples, you can increase max samples time. So more time equal to better quality. So if you give more time, you can render this thing very nicely. And while rendering, if you want to like change the light or something, you can definitely change. After creating texture and everything, you can definitely change this HDRI map and then render it out. This will give you better result, because these HDRI maps are for rendering, not for texturing. And I can press shift and right click. Why light is shift or left click? Sorry, shift and left click to rotate the light. Camera, FOV, all these things also I can manipulate. Right now it's 50. 50 is decent size. Uh, Focal length, oh sorry, yeah, focal length should be 50. 50 is too much. So 85. No, 25. It works like reverse. No, it's correct only. So you can try rendering this thing out. We can render one frame from here, or we can take it to this thing, Marmoset, and then render it there. So for that, we have to export textures. Click on export texture. Select this texture. Format is Targa. Always for games, we always use Targa until now, unless we're asked to change it. Targa, or sometimes we use PNG, but we don't use JPEG or any other format. And just you can choose your like folder where you want to export, and size. You can see in size you have 8K option, but in texture you don't have 8K option. So now if you click on 8K and export it, it will recalculate everything and then export. It will take a little time to recalculate your all the maps and export everything into 8K, and it will give you better result, sharp results. So and then export it and then import it to Marmoset and then render this thing. That's pretty simple. I can see, and that colored map I have applied, so instantly everything looks a little greenish environment. So I'll just go back to my studio light. You can see color changes. If you use studio light, this is your actual color. If you use anything else, that color you will see basically the color reflected back from the environment. Then we'll modify and add everything and generate. And now if I want, I can make it like this is brass. I can make it like some metal or something else, wooden or anything. So I can change things according to my requirement and create this thing. And this is ready. All this information in between you are ready. This is ready. save it. Okay, save it. So finish these things, and I guess this week will be our last, most probably. And from Monday, you will like, I guess you have, we will have this thing, car modeling. That is again part of HSM, HSM1 only, and that is something Auro will take care of it. So like, so finish this, and you have time till next Wednesday. Next means next week Wednesday. So finish everything and update. And more you practice, better the quality. So it's all about practice. It's not about just like understanding things and not doing. It's about like work, because creativity and all these things, skills are something you need to work on it and acquire it. You cannot just like, okay, you can have understanding, but you don't know how to do it. So it practice and perfect it. Okay, then I'll see you like, I guess tomorrow or day after tomorrow we have class. So I'll see you guys.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.